What's up, aliens? Welcome back to the same episode that you saw a couple days ago, except this time it's part 2. Are you ready? There's a bunch in store. Now I remember one of these combs output honey at 100% chance, which is exactly what I'm looking for at the moment. There's a 90% chance with parched, and it looks like otherworldly was the one. I guess now what would be the best option is to choose... Wow, I just realized we don't have this producing because the princess can't make its way in. And I guess we can see what the chance is on these combs to come out. So it is in fact going to be a supernatural queen. We just need to take these two and go and stick them in the iApiary and see how that sucker works. And we'll also grab 6 acceleration 32x upgrades. And we'll have to see just what this does to energy consumption. 25,000. I don't think we can supply that at the moment without our wires burning up. Now, with 4 amps of IV going in, we should be able to satisfy the power requirement. I don't think it'll take into account the acceleration until the next recipe triggers. And last but not least, we'll go ahead and add an automation upgrade, and hopefully this doesn't send us over the limit of energy. Nope, not even close. Now what that should do is automatically start to place the princess and drone into their respective slots and automate this, as the name suggests. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a little while later, and we've come across a problem. Do you hear that? So it appears that after talking with the Discord that these industrial apiary blocks only accept up to 1 amp of power right now. That is going to be changed in an update coming soon. However, as you can see, we made plenty of combs for the time being to get accomplished what I want done. If we remember correctly, these otherworldly combs from the supernatural princess or queen happens to give us a 100% drop chance at the honey drops, as well as 50% on beeswax and 22% on magic, but this is what we really care about at the moment. And while we wait on some more impregnated sticks and different scented panelings, we're gonna go ahead and start doing some infusion crafts. First up, oh, you thought I would tell you? Thank you. And just 2 more to go. And now with 100 Percantio, 75 Lucrum, 100 Alienus, and 75 Bestia, we make our next item. Thank you. Our Essence of Scornful Oblivion. Now we'll just come up to our bee farm, and we'll come into our Aqua Apiary here and grab the glittering watery combs. We'll run these through the centrifuge, and then we can take these flowing propolis that came from it and centrifuge those down, and then we can grab some of that water infused dust, some stainless steel bolts, and one more trip up to the apiary farm. Wow, I really thought we got a healing frame from some of the quest rewards, but it appears we did not. Or a magic frame. Really could have sworn I had one of those. No worries there, we can get those combs from the Nameless Queen, so we'll breed an ethereal together with an oblivion, which actually reminds me I should probably set up that apiary. Of course it would be raining while I want to do this. It's a very good thing we have this Terra Bozu. No more rain. As we can see, his property has the end on it, which means he needs an ender dragon egg for his flower. No problem for us, right? I actually have the spare one sitting over here. So we'll just place him down on the end stone, and his flower requirement should be satisfied here in a minute. And if we come up here, we can see the bee particles are coming in. The problem is they are not very nice bees. Now if we put on this Apiaries suit, that should give us immunity to the bees. It's only appropriate, right? And if we stick the Oblivion frame in here, we can expedite this process a little bit faster. Now we take a trip over to the hot Apiaries, and we'll try a process of breeding together to get an ethereal princess. And super quickly, we have our ethereal princess. Now we hope he doesn't have the hot trait. Nope, it's normal. Now we just need to breed him to an ethereal peer. For that, we'll use the unoccupied apiary. Toss the Oblivion frame in the drone producing apiary so we can get a drone to match over here. And try our luck now at getting a peer princess. Now I hope you can see why I need 2 Oblivion frames, because this is entirely annoying having to swap them between the two. And after fighting for 3 or 4 iterations, we finally have the pure princess, which we can combine with an Oblivion drone, which should give us our first Nameless. Now it probably isn't pure if I had to guess, but now we'll start the process of trying to get a pure drone. Oh my god, I just got so many drones, what the hell. Now we'll see if any of these are a Nameless pure drone. Doesn't look like it quite yet, but that is okay because we can toss in the Oblivion Princess now with one of these drones, whichever one seems to be the best. And we get stung while we wait. Got another Nameless Princess. Now let's just check our drones, which out of the 5 of these, okay, out of the 3 of these, one of them ought to be pure. No, no, and no. Oh, looks like we got a pure pristine princess. Now, once again, let's hope we got a drone, which we did. The process is now complete. We can trash the rest of these drones that are hybrids. We even got an abandoned drone. I'll keep on to him for a little while. Or maybe we just go straight for it? I mean, look at this. Occurs within an end biome, so that would be a little difficult, but I don't know. For now, we'll go with what I have. It was the original plan. Let me put on my actual gear so I can see. Now, with some new lighting in here, I can keep the apiarist outfit on and not get stung to death. But I did add our working frames here into the Nameless, that way we can start to get some of that amnesic wax. The only other thing we'll need is soulful wax, which does indeed come from a soul comb. These soul combs can be produced by a variety of different species, so I guess we'll just choose which one would be best for us. Now our next step of the breeding process did require some attuned bees, so I just went ahead and bought a deep hive from the quest rewards coins tab. Now we just need attuned and ethereal together to make an aware queen. So we'll repeat the same process, and I'll come back when we finish getting the bee that I'm in search of at the moment. There she is. And the spirit princess has been acquired. And we got a pure drone from it. 2 pure drones. Wow, what are the odds? Alright, now after losing our first spirited princess, due to trying to open my inventory panel here coming back into the chunk, I was shift clicking stuff back in, and I guess the princess went in the trash can slot because I cannot find it anywhere. Anyways, what we ended up doing was breeding up another one, and if you take a peek up in the sky, way over yonder, now into my eyes, you'll see we have an apiary in the middle of the sky. Why do I have this, you may ask? This little bee here is so intolerant. It needed a warm climate, normal humidity. I tried just placing him in the alveary and using, well, don't really need the hydro regulator as we have a normal humidity, but getting the temperature up to warm just was not possible. I'd be right on the boundary of normal, and then adding this third heater, that third heater, would set it right over to hot, and therefore we couldn't get these precious soul combs, seeing as it's special. Now though, we do have the soul combs, and what that means is I finally have all of the wax and different materials needed to make the magic frame. Last but not least, the magic frame in the middle, 3 water-infused dust, 4 stainless steel screws, and the essence of scornful oblivion. Ladies and gentlemen, our very first handcrafted oblivion frame. Now, I really don't want to tell you how long it's been, so here goes nothing. Are you ready? 'Cause I certainly am. First, we'll place the foundation block required, then the apiary. At first, we're going to try with this mutagenic frame, although there's going to be no guarantees here. Ender Princess, Thaumium Dust Drone, and its flower. May the odds be in my favor. Absolutely not. It just consumed the mutagenic frame. I say we go back home and make a couple more. Wow, I almost messed up big time and jumped off the edge. Super easy, especially since we went and grabbed so much more plutonium. Pop one more in. And we immediately get a result. Not what we were hoping for in the slightest. Try again with some of our ender drones that we've collected from around this dimension. And now you need flowers. Wonderful, thank you. I love that. Happy now? I see this is gonna be a pain in my behind. Alright, well we're up to 3 mutagenic frames so far that have been consumed. On to make some more. Okay, it has been multiple hours later, and I think I finally figured out our problem to the Endium bee. If we look at the breeding requirements, I was actually missing that top one, requires arid humidity. And all we have left to do here is to install one more, I hope, hydro regulator. Now with both of these filled up with some lava, it looks like we do indeed have the arid stat on the alveary. I have the endium block underneath, and our flowers off to the side. We're obviously in the end dimension. Let's see what we can get. Yet of course, we get the air. It's too dry. How do we circumvent this? So I think what we'll do to curb that is try to get into this acclimatizer. Welcome to biology class. And finally our acclimatizer. Should be a quest. Making bees more comfortable. Now if we check the quest, we can see here if we add sand with the bee, it'll add more dry tolerance to him, which is exactly what we need. So we'll go ahead and take this acclimatizer and set it next to our capacitor bank, which we need to configure the output. We can see it now is fully charged. Now we just add our queen and hopefully some sand. We can see it starting to pull power. And as we can see, it only has a small chance to succeed, so we should just put all of this in here. And hopefully we can see the humidity tolerance change here soon. Now I'm guessing once it fully succeeds, it will toss the bee over here onto the right side of the inventory. And it looks like it did not transfer it over to the inventory side, but we do finally have both. One for humidity. Maybe we go ahead and take the sucker out and give it a shot in the end. And toss our Thaumium Dust Queen in. And it's happy. It is producing bees. Throw on our Apiarist outfit just so these suckers don't sting me left and right. And hopefully here soon we will see the Endium princess. We got a drone! Ladies and gentlemen, finally our very first Endium princess. Time to just get him pure. Alright, now with the pure Endium queen, all we have left to do is acclimate it to the environment, as well as get its flower and figure out a way to get access to the sky here. I know I can use an iApiary, but for now we're just going to roll with a regular apiary until I get the rest of it fully set up. Next we'll take our refractory capsules and grab a bunch of lava. And we'll put these inside of our acclimatizer. Now we see we have up 2 for temperature and both 2 for humidity. Are you happy now? Rain, sky obstructed. Yes, you are indeed happy. That's great. Well, we've got a solution to the sky being obstructed. Now we just need to get the rain to go away, which I might just wait. If you can see up there in the corner, it's almost time to sleep for nighttime. I won't waste a sunflower. Looks like it is indeed nighttime. Let's get these first Endium combs. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a little while later. Let's go and check if we have any specialties. Ow. Look at all of these wonderful goodies. Endium combs, Endium propolis, Ender goo drops. We are officially in business. All that remains now is to figure out how to automate this and get it out of the sky. I don't know how I just survived that. Alright aliens, thank you once again for watching. I hope you made it all the way through part 1 and part 2 now, and hopefully you understand a little bit more about forestry bees and how they work. I know I am a lot more educated, and boy am I about to have so much fun with this in the future. Anyways, thanks again for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the 2-part episode of bees, and I hope I'll see you alongside the ride for next time. Bye now.